You're listening to the Dairy Podcast, your resource for the Dairy Center for the Arts. Get moved.
My name is James Gold, and from California. Once I decided I wanted to start trying to build a comedy scene in Boulder, I thought, well, what places can I hit up? And I discovered the Dairy, and they were down, and they wanted to try it out, and it's gone really well. And all the ones that have done the showcase have just been super amazing, friendly, wonderful people.
Hey, what's going on? The show starts. As you can see, the stage is 800 feet long, and so we were in Denver when we heard that the show had started. I ran here.
Nathan Lund is the MC for the show. He came highly recommended for MCing, and I've chatted with him through email and stuff. Very cordial, very cool dude. I can't wait to meet him. I'm very excited.
I don't know if you guys can all see it in the back in the cheap seats, but I have to cuff my pants because I've got what my mom and I like to call special dimensions. And so it is a real treat to find clothes to fit me, and I have to adapt and adjust a lot of times, hence the cuffing. And this one is just blown out. This cuff has just exploded because even though I cuff them, I'm still so short that they drag along the ground and get dirty and destroyed after a few weeks. I basically wear one pair of jeans until they explode or fall off of me, and then I move on to another pair of pants, much like a crab with various shells on the ocean beaches. What I'm saying is, it is a son of a bitch to try to find 40 28s in Colorado, and I am sick of it. Why is it not a pant size? I'm not the only one that looks like this walking around Colorado or the United States. Target, just carry them, all right? We don't need all these 36 32s floating around. Nobody buys them. There's like 3 pairs of 40 28s that get delivered to a Target, and there's 3 weird fat dudes that beat me there every month. And so I have to cuff. I don't want to. The same thing happens with shirts. I have to buy an extra large, or a double extra large, or a gross large, and then I have to cuff the sleeves to fit my tiny warrior arms, and then I shuffle my way down to the Lollipop Guild, and I pay my union dues so that I can continue to live underneath the Yellow Brick Road. Wonderful show in store for you guys. We have comics, and then we're gonna have a brief intermission, and then we're gonna have more comics. So I'm gonna be your host, and I'm gonna guide you guys. I hope you guys will join me on this journey.
I grew up in the 80s watching, even though I wasn't supposed to, of course, that's kind of how the story always goes, Raw, Eddie Murphy, and Delirious, I must have seen those hundreds of times. Aside from the red leather outfit, everything's still pretty relevant, I think. SNL, watching all those guys on SNL, I remember watching Dan Aykroyd did the Bass-O-Matic thing. I thought that was the greatest thing on earth. It bothered me for so long. I was like, did he actually drink a blended fish? But I thought it was great because here are all these guys that were doing all this ridiculous shit just to get laughs. Like Chevy Chase and his pratfalls. The cut to him running down the studio audience and he just falls and rolls. Just ridiculous kind of slapstick kind of stuff and really ridiculous.
And I'm going to bring out your next comedian who puts together this show. And like I said earlier, this is the 3rd show that's been put on here at the Dairy. He's a writer, a cartoonist, and a comedian. He's created all 3, he tells me. Please give it up for James Gold, everybody. Put him together. James Gold.
Good evening. My name is James Gold, and I do live in Boulder. Who else lives in Boulder? Yeah, I've noticed some similarities between Boulder and Los Angeles, but more interesting than that is I've noticed some differences. There's just a couple. Yeah, well, in Boulder, they hold candlelight vigils for shot elk. While in Los Angeles, they hold candlelight vigils for Lindsay Lohan yeast infections. Boulder is the only place on Earth where I have been asked to help put a jacket on a dog. Yes.
Comedians like Stephen Wright, like his really deadpan delivery of one-liners, like his album I Have a Pony, I think it's called. That was huge, dude. I loved that album. I loved Steve Martin movies. I watched that movie The Jerk I don't know how many times. Mitch Hedberg was really good. You know, you gotta love that guy, dude. You know, it was just different from everybody. What a shame, you know, that dude's gone. See, I've seen Dave Chappelle. He was really funny. Saw him at the House of Blues in Vegas. I saw George Carlin on his last tour before he died. When I saw him, literally about 20 people got up and left midway through his anti-religion tirade. And I thought to myself, you just paid $55 for a ticket. You knew what you were getting yourself into with George Carlin. And if you knew that there was even an off chance that you wouldn't be able to handle it, why in the hell would you even come? Just to say, well, I saw George Carlin? Or he was always on it. I think those were most of the comedians that shaped my sense of humor. Especially, I would have to say, especially Steve Martin movies.
You do not want to miss her. She is one of my favorite performers, and she was once a member of the sketch comedy group Ladyface. Her new show with Mara Wiles premieres at the Boone Comedy Playhouse on June 29th. Please give it up for the very funny Kristen Rand.
Hi, how are you guys? Beautiful crowd, you look great. I take care of kids for a living sometimes. And it's fun, because it's not super high demand. Like some people get real stressed out of their job. The other day, I took a 3-hour nap on a couch while holding a baby. I got paid for it. I woke up richer than when I just works hard. I can't believe, people can't believe that I sleep on the job, and that's understandable, but you need to understand how tired I get, me and the baby get, after we smoke a blunt together. We get very tired. I'm not the worst nanny in the world. When we're awake, I'm good. I promote education. I want her to be intelligent. So we watch TLC, the Learning Channel. Let's learn stuff, baby. Shit's gonna get real out there in the world. Learn. What do you learn on TLC? You can be a pageant queen. You can be a midget with a farm. You can have 1,000 wives, and they're all great. There's so many things you can learn.
Elliot Woolsey, he's all over the place in Denver. He's very, very popular. He's part of the Comedy Works. He's always on stage at Comedy Works, like MCing and doing stuff.
Your next comedian has been performing all over Colorado for the last 5 years. Just got moved onto what's called the Almost Famous list at Comedy Works, so he gets to perform on the weekends there, which is a great honor. Very talented comedian. Please give it up for Elliot Woolsey, everyone.
To the grocery store, I spent the rest of the time in front of the orange juice section trying to decide how much pulp content I'm putting in my orange juice. I don't care if you're dead sober, my friends, it's too many choices. I'm sitting there for like an hour and a half, like, we got no pulp. Got no pulp with calcium. Got some pulp. Some pulp with calcium. Let's get crazy, lots of pulp. Lots of pulp with calcium. Got nothing but pulp? I may be high, but that's a fucking orange, right? Yeah, that's an orange. You're trying to sell me fruit at juice prices, and I don't appreciate it. Can't even add calcium to that. You gotta go home and dip it in milk yourself. Stupid.
The first show, nobody got paid, which, it says a lot about those comics that were willing to do the show. It says a whole lot about them, because to them it's about the comedy. And they wanted to be a part of helping start a Boulder scene. This thing is really in its infancy. It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Are you guys ready for your headliner? Yeah, I'm gonna bring her up. She is definitely one of my favorites. A Boulder resident. On Tuesday, she just was able to perform for the third time at Film on the Rocks at the Red Rocks Amphitheater. Maybe you've heard of it. Very big honor to be able to perform there. And And she was also on Nick Moms. If you ever saw, there's a Nick Moms stand-up show that she was a part of, along with some other different comics. Very funny lady. Please put your hands together for Nancy Norton, everybody. Let her hear it.
Okay. Sure. I love it. It's no foreplay, nothing. Just do sex, okay? You guys can kind of like, put on some music, la la la, cha 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 a little bit, and there. But my point is that really, I'm not a great lesbian. I mean, I don't know what to say, except that it's a lot of work pleasing a woman. And I'm getting older, it's, lower back. I don't know if you're familiar, but anyway, probably not, it's probably okay that you're not. And so I just get really lazy and strap on a 19-year-old frat boy and say, go get her! So, is that too much? Was that too hard? Was that too much all of a sudden? Creepy material? Like, easy! Ask her how she feels! Ask her how she feels! Feel! It's kind of fun. It's a win-win-win situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a bit of a workout, kind of a yoga thing going on. Downward dog now. She is pleased, and we're keeping the kids off the street. So, you are welcome again.
I'm looking forward to seeing how all this plays out. I'm excited to be along for the ride, and I'm looking forward to the evolution of it all. Especially like the things during the works, like finding sponsors and things like that. Because I think that once that happens, it's going to open up like even more. And once that happens, who knows what'll come next? But I'm excited for the evolution of it, and I'm extremely grateful to the Dairy for doing this. Like, what a cool thing! And I'm extremely grateful to the comics that have been involved, sacrificing a night of performing somewhere else just to come here and do it. And it's just very, very cool. It's an exciting time for Boulder because comedy is starting to open up.
Thank you guys so much. There's going to be another show next month, so stay tuned. And thank you to the Dairy and everybody who works here, and Craig in the sound booth. Be sure to keep supporting live comedy, especially up here in Boulder. We love coming up here from Denver and observing you guys in your natural habitats. But seriously, have a great night, be safe, and take care. We'll see you guys again. Thank you.
For more information about the Dairy Center for the Arts, go to thedairy.org. The Dairy Podcast is a production of Collective Arts, Inc. To learn more, go to collectiveartsink.com.